Knife round, knife round, knife round. Just try to be a vibes guy and frag. Yeah, I mean, and that I did have a fun game where I got to just be a vibes guy. Like, I don't remember the smokes for cash. I haven't bothered to learn them. I probably should, but haven't yet. So, you know, vibes. Anyway. I don't know if I have the teams on the right sides for this, so we'll kind of... Okay, Arctic Ace takes the knife round. I want to make sure I have that locked into the HUD as well. So Arctic Ace is going to be on the CT side. Let's get in the game. Oh, nice little jump for Depend. Spots everybody on their way out through double doors. That's going to be info conveyed over to the team. The Gush on a Momiji to start things off is a great sign for Arctic Ace as they make their way to fight these players in cave. And Luke with the flattening onto Momiji. Enzo will make it out through ramp, though, and the site is going to be taken over. But while Bomb has made it up onto the site, Treehan just keeping 2 players for Arctic Ace back. There's only 3 available for the initial retake as Shiraz gets gunned down by Ravens. This round that felt like it started off really well for Arctic Ace is gonna go the way of Endless. Enzo fighting from cave. Good start, a good continuation on a Lucas. Ravens headshot on a Nico and Enzo and Depend Raven. It's just all Endless all day as they lock in the pistol round. And T side will start this one off 1-0. Yeah, having the players just hanging out double doors and ramp to keep the flank from hitting the rest of your team worked out perfectly for Endless. Just a quick pop onto B. They lose the initial fight, but win the war. We can hear the util being expended early on for Arctic Ace. Endless just giving them a little bit of time to expend it. This 4-player stack on B could go the way of Arctic, though. Even with the better weapons for Endless, I start to realize where this util is coming from. They might be able to suss out that the stack is here. With as slow as things are going, they might have some idea. Momiji all the way in through Red Room. Definitely some thoughts that there's some chicanery going on. Enzo going to make his way into cave. I do like this crossfire for Lucas and Depend. A 5.7 and a USP is nothing to sneeze at. They spot Enzo. He'll chew through one. Back it on away as he reloads. Ooh, it looks like Endless want to fight this. They're getting lots of money off of it. Mac 10's just barking up a tree. And making tons of money for this T side. Will make this a whole lot more comfortable going forward. Shiraz not going to be allowed to put this USP to use up close as Ravens shreds him. Endless on a clean 2-0 scoreline. How will Endless deal with the full buy? Honestly, going for the A-bomb site, not a bad plan. Smoke already into elbow. The weapons aren't great on this third round for Arctic Ace as the B-bomb site or the A-bomb site is taken with barely any damage being sent across. Depend first blood onto Momiji. Enzo trades, but Lucas will take the advantage for Arctic Ace. But look at how far out of dodge these Endless players have already gotten. Not far enough as Raven's wings clipped. Leaves us to a 4 versus 2 with Arctic in the commanding spot. Rehen makes his way into Donut, and the sprays will work perfectly. Nico and Shiraz gunned down. Lucas defends his diffuser. Is that going to be enough, though? Timbus just holding this. Pistol has to come out, but it's not able to connect the dots. Timbus on 2 HP. Just trying to hold on to this gun and gets the kill. Oh, that is perfect for Arctic Ace. Ideal retake. Endless Esports going to be pounding their desks off of after that. They will afford the full buy, though, going into round number 4, but now it comes with another accusation. After such a clean first couple of rounds, having things unravel is not going to feel good. It is a bitter pill to swallow as Nico will open things up. Again, Ravens, first one down. Fazera burned through, but Momiji melts through Nico with the Molotov. Still a 4 versus 3. Still a winnable spot for Endless, but Enzo has been pretty critically wounded. In this 4 versus 3, he'll be spotted. It's Momiji, headshot. Good trade out of Treehen to at least keep things close. But as with Ancient, we are going to get some wall bangs. That demon angle was tighter than my thighs. And it's a great delay from Arctic Ace. They forced Endless to hold back, and Enzo, not expecting Depend up close with that M4. Bomb hits the floor, and in 30 seconds, Treehen with the globe on his shoulders. At this point, you're just saving, right? You're just hoping that you get the 1 versus 1 fights, and he will at least headshot Shiraz, but again, Depend, living up to the name, a dependable pair of hands on Arctic Ace. They manage to equalize versus Endless. That's Endless now feeling the burn as with no bomb plant. I feel like we've seen this script in just the last game we watched. A good clean first couple of rounds for the T side, but no continuation. And the guillotine at the wall as Lucas and Nico just shred Endless to ribbons. Losing 1 gun, more than happy, more than makes up for winning the round. Back to the full buy for Endless. Who knifed Momiji? That is 61 damage worth of team knife. I'm not going to say who I think did it, but I'm sure if someone were to clip this and go back to the demo, there would be words. I don't think Shiraz was going to expect that HE to kill Fazera. Endless, maybe a little bit tilted after those 2 rounds. Nico just at the back of Enzo domes him at the back of the head, and already 3 versus 5 for Endless. Raven's down to 2 HP, but still finds the headshot onto Depend. But Endless getting a little bit rounded up in mid. Lucas, headshot on a tree hen. Raven's on 2 HP, still fragging out. Another headshot on an eco. This could be very scary for Endless, or for Arctic Ace, but managing to make the best of a bad situation. Momiji now in the 1 versus 3, and he's been denied the bomb, but still, Galil in hand, making the best of a bad situation. And with no bomb and with 25 seconds, all Momiji can really do is hope to hold on to this AK into round number 7. As Arctic Ace are going to follow the same script that we just saw. End up on 4-2 on their CT side. There's still 10 seconds left in the round, though. You never know. Oh, Timbus. Oh, my word. What a flick from Momiji. At this point, Shiraz, all he has to do is just not die, which he won't. So the time will expire. Wait, what was the suscraft? What was the suscraft? I missed it. Was it on the AK? The AK is supposed to have hearts. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be hearts. Hearts, peaches, you know, all the same, right? Now, a rough buy for Endless as they flood out mid. Eco, oh, do they realize there's still a player here off of the util? Not gonna matter. Depend pushed up into a main. Deletes Enzo. And just it starts as he means to go on. Fazera trying to chase him down. Good kill for Momiji. That might be that all Endless are able to take away here. Molotov into main does allow him to melt through Depend, but the response from Nico, he's still in main. And Arctic Ace continue their assault on Endless, continue just holding off this T side, holding them to nothing. You love to see it. A great adaptation for Arctic Ace. And honestly, great read to have an idea that there might be something happening on the A-bomb site. This time, it's going to be, well, a typical default for this T side. For many T sides, Fazera managing to trade back on an eco. It has to feel fairly good, but there's still not a lot of space to be taken for these Endless players. They've been corralled into just holding through mid. Oh, that's a great shot on Ravens, but Shiraz with the trade. And Endless will be picked apart. 1 versus 3 for Treehen now. Eagle in hand. Looking for a consolation prize versus Arctic Ace. This half starting to spin out of control if you're Endless. They're not even... It's not even the bomb plants they're not finding. The setups for Arctic Ace are just working out so well. Great follow-up there. With Treehen out of ammo, 30 HP remaining. Should just be a mopping up exercise. 30 seconds for Treehen to work with. Oh, and he's made the wrong decision. But he doesn't know. Only we know. And the AWP misses. That's the go signal. He can put down the smoke to cover himself and maybe make it over to the site, maybe get the bomb down. But at the end of the day, it's inevitable. Arctic Ace 6-2. you have to feel like you're at that point where if your full buy doesn't work, you just gotta figure out what to do on that CT side, because the T side just isn't happening. Heavy play into mid. A lot of flashes. They do manage to force Arctic Ace back. The smokes allow Endless to take that crucial mid control that they've been craving what feels like this entire half. Another smoke towards Donut. This one's going to be a play towards Red Room. Nico is waiting. A couple of bullets fired off as the smoke fades. Not a whole lot of damage being dealt, but the Molotov will deny Endless. That'll slow things down quite considerably. Oh, the swing out. Momiji not expecting Nico to go for another. The headshots. He's just lining them up and beaming them. Nico just unstoppable on this CT side. Treehen does manage to sneak into upper cave. Will finally shut down Nico, but Shiraz right behind him. There's just no openings for Endless. The defense for Arctic Ace has been a mountain to climb, and Endless forgot their climbing gear. Treehen now in the 1 versus 3. He's got that AWP. He's already picked off one. He's already picked off Depend. Spots the player on ramp. Nimbus falls back. Not going to be giving up any sort of kills for free. Bomb's still on the back of Treehen, so he at least has the possibility of rotating through, but Arctic Ace have continued to tie up the knots. Ooh, did he hear Timbus back in Swamp? He might have done so. Well, a sharp shot will allow Treehen to at least survive the round, but 7-2 in the favor of Arctic Ace as the clock runs out once again. Nico is an interesting fifth. He is, and I'm all for it. Nico has been a great piece in a lot of different rosters that he's been on, so it's good to see him continuing to get opportunities. Endless, on the other hand, definitely having they're looking a little bit worse for wear. Ooh, Lucas gets the nade down just in the nick of time. Enzo still with a trade. 4 versus 4. This is the best position Endless have been in at this point in the round. Still kind of on a one-track mind, though. All 4 players outside of the B-bomb site. No one really causing any pressure anywhere else on the map, so they'll take that nade. They'll lose 21 HP in total. As they walk up ramp, Timbus is waiting for them. The flash is not stopping him, but doing a number onto the Endless players. The USP comes out for the headshot. He doesn't have quite enough ammo to keep rolling. That will allow Enzo and Treehen up onto the site with the kills themselves. Shiraz smoked off and short. It's going to allow Endless to get that bomb down, but the flake is already coming in from Nico. Do they expect this? Do they know? Treehen does. First shot misses, but the second doesn't. And that leaves Shiraz in an unenviable spot. Endless finally managing to correct those crucial mistakes that they've seen. They will manage to chalk up a third round here on their T side. Stopping the bleeding right in the nick of time. The buy onto these other 3 players, even with the win. This might be a cosmetic round win for Endless, actually, looking at the money that they'll have. The util won't be great, but with those 2 retaining their weapons, they could toss some AKs over, so the buy might still be plenty good. But, like, it's always heartbreaking to go from winning a round to going, we don't have the util into the next round. We'll see, though. This buy does look fairly good from Endless. maybe a small number of nades off of full. And this time they actually are presenting something a little bit different for Arctic Ace. I like where Fazera is positioned towards. He knows that there's been some aggression. Unfortunately, he won't have the timing to deal with it. Nico starting things off for Arctic Ace. Man advantage, and they've taken away all that pressure toward the B-bomb site. So as Endless start to emerge from main, Arctic Ace are here. Enzo spots the players in towards Donut, but loses his own life. Miji with the trade, but Depend right on back. And that 5-7 ringing out strong. Leaves Ravens and Treehen in a 2 versus 4. Ace site has been infiltrated, but Arctic Ace are here. They're behind you, they're in front of you, they're all around, and Lucas and Depend, again, fix the holes in the defense that we saw for Arctic Ace. Endless will not make it through. 8-3. We do see the timeout. Possibly a discussion over buys because Enzo and $3,000 with a smoke in his hand. Doesn't feel... Maybe he feels like he... Should he go for the Galil? Should he go for the AK? Does he want the full belt? Does he want to just... And he does opt for the Galil, so... That'll be as much util as he can afford. One win could change a lot here for Endless. 4-8, very different than a 9-3 half. Starting things off. Looking for a quick B pop, I would say. Molotov does move Arctic Ace around, but Nico has been ever a reliable pair of hands. Doubles up off the bat with Lucas behind him, drops the bomb right off of ramp. And it looks like Endless have been locked out of this round already. 2 versus 5. As the Molotov sails into the smoke. You have a boosted up Treehen, but at this point, he's got nowhere to go. Timbus doubles up 9-3 at the half for Arctic Ace. Well, that's a bitter pill to swallow. A bad sign for Endless Esports. 9-3 for Arctic Ace is looking quite good for them, though. And they will start this pistol round off with pace. All 5 over toward the B-bomb site, and there's only Fazera here for Endless. Dooley's in hand. Util on his belt. He's already deployed it. Smoke. Oh my goodness. Are they just going to walk right past him? All 5 players spotted as they're making their way up ramp. Fazera might have a golden opportunity here at the backs of all of them, but Shiraz denies it. That's the man advantage and the bomb down for Arctic Ace, already starting to pepper into these cave players as Timbus. Really a response as Shiraz has recovered the dualies, and it's kill after kill for Arctic Ace. One after another, they will fall. Mamiji trying to answer back, but has to go for the reload, and Lucas in with the knife. 10-3, and a massive knife for Lucas means this buy is going to feel pristine for Arctic Ace. Yeah, this has been a really fun game to cast, just because of the names alone. with Endless, I mean, CT side, they didn't even have enough kills to force. Fazera does pick up the MP9, and he just gets flattened right off the bat. Enzo able to respond with a kill of his own, but Depend steamrolls through 2. Molotov, he doesn't even care. That's a pistol on the other side of things, and he's got armor. What do you care? Eagle just unable to connect the dots. He hears Depend at the door. Oh! Knock, knock. Open up the door, it's real. Freehan trying to go in with the pistol, but Lucas double spray down. For Arctic Ace, 11 rounds versus 3. And now, desperation settles in for Endless Esports. A disjointed by no kits, crucially, on the CT side. 11-3 is pretty painful. Smoke into A. There's 2 players here set up for Endless to try and rebuff this, but Nico and Depend, 2 for 1 trade. That is going to be an A site taken. Great damage being done back by Endless. Momiji might just have a pick and match of these terrorists. 2 versus 3. He's just lost in the sauce of the smoke. So what are these messages? I'm hearing so many clicks of text. I can only imagine. Smoke fades, and Momiji's out in the open. Treehan going for the peak, but Arctic Ace have already walked away. Meanwhile, in from behind, Timbus looking for the wrap. With a minute remaining, there's plenty of time for this to play out. I don't think Momiji hears the rotation. You don't know that he hears both players have already made their way over to B, but Momiji might be in the right spot for this. Ready to catch the rotation from Arctic Ace. Amos is not the best thing to have, but Depend is on 12 HP. Oh! But he catches the angle. Oh, no. That is heartbreaking. That might have been the route back in for Endless, and now all that they have dreamed of on this game has turned into another case of the Mondays. Treehan and team try to hang in there.
Wow.
Alright. What? C9 Buttass, thank you for the primer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Why are you doing that? You don't need to give me your prime. There's way better casters to give your primer to. Well, thank you. Thank you for choosing me either way. You have a great name, by the way. Oh dear, Fazera's got a P90 as we go into what could be a potential final round. He's already been flashed up and just run right down. The MP9 falls soon after. Endless are being run down for round number 16. Arctic Ace on the B-bomb site in record time. The MP9 can't get under control. Enzo looking for something through this smoke, but it might not happen. Oh my goodness, 2 lined up for him, but it is a Pyrrhic victory for him. A little bit of stat padding. As now Treehan just crowned from behind. 13-3 as Arctic Ace dominate Ancient. GG's. Hey, we got the Arctic Ace players joining into the server. Pleasure to cast your game, folks. Alright. Wait, are we... How... No, we can't actually be starting a hype train off of just a couple of follows. That's not how this works. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the Prime sub. I hope the cast turned out well. Arctic with a huge win. And now we are left with some time. Not a whole lot of time. No caster is fabulous. Well, thank you. Oh gosh, that was something. Anyway, we're left with a little bit of time. We have 15 minutes before Biggie Cheese Fan Club versus without a roof. I'm going to go ahead and change the title.